Hello everyone, today's video is original. Not really. I did this video last year, it did terribly, but B Monus, my good friend, that Asian boy who's so thick, he has shown that experiments already are doing well. If you don't know, the cycle of experiments over the past couple of FIFAs has been later on in FIFA they've done really well. They've not really, traditionally, done well early on, but I guess people are already sick of normal FIFA content and they already want to see some experiments. So today we'll be taking a look at the shortest team versus the tallest team. I'm 6'2", so I wouldn't fit in either of these teams. I'm two in the middle. I don't know how tall you guys are. Maybe you can let me know in the comments below. I'm guessing there is one or two of you that would fit in this team. I've got to have like a 7-foot fan somewhere, or like a 5-foot fan somewhere. It doesn't count if you're like 12 because you're not fully grown yet. But if you are a little bit older, tell me how tall you are. I want to see if any of you guys fit into the team. And don't give me a silly answer like 8'3", because I know you're lying. So let's take a look at the small boys first. The main man is Sebastian Giovinco, 5'4", from Italy. We've got Nakagawa here, 5'1". For those of you that use centimeters, like me, in Australia we use centimeters, that is 155 centimeters. We have Plata on the left, 5'2", from Ecuador. We have Barrios on the right-hand side, although he doesn't actually play on the right-hand side. Then you move to the midfielders. We've got 5'2" Brazilian Elton and a 5'3" Argentinian, Buonanotte. You are so Italian, my friend. Then we get into the defense. Now, you expect the defense to be a little bit taller. The left back, Mako, is 5'4". We can allow the fullbacks to be a bit short. 5'3" here with Al Enazi. And then in the centre-back positions, we have Cuesta, 5'8" from Colombia, and Cercado or Cercado or Cercado or Cursado. He's 5'7", so the defenders aren't that short, but for centre backs, they need some high heels or something. And then the goalkeeper, the most important position in terms of height, 5'8" Perez. The guy is 45 years of age, by the way. Can we like address that point? 45. I don't want to be the guy to tell him, but it's over. To be fair, he's still 71 rated at 45 years of age, so he's still got something to give, obviously. He's not like a 50 rated player. And his goalkeeping stats aren't too bad. I mean, for a 45-year-old, his best stats is reflexes, which is the stat that goes first in real life with age out of all of those. He's also got 85 jumping and 72 reactions. He's also, for a goalkeeper, he's pretty quick, I think. 60 acceleration, 57 sprint speed. I don't know. Perez, I like him. He's the captain of the team. I'm a fan of him. 45 years of age. He probably has kids that are nearly gonna be professional footballers. Maybe him and his son, if he has one, could be the first father-son pairing of footballers, because that surely hasn't happened before. Taking a look at some bench options, we've got 5'2" Morales, 5'2" Vialva, we got 5'2" Tequera, 5'2" Sonkrasin, 5'7" Blumberg. Actually, now I've just noticed that he should be starting. He is shorter than Cuesta. We've got 5'5" Olascoaga. It's a terrible name. Garcia is 5'8". He's 19 years of age. So he would probably end up being a little bit taller when he's got a few years to grow still. I was growing when I was 21, so yeah, he's got a few years. And then in the reserves, we've got Dimitriou, we've got Velasquez, who's 5'6". Hey, wait a minute. A new starter has arrived. Velasquez, 5'6". He's the new center back. I didn't go through him. I didn't take that long checking to make sure everybody was the shortest. We've got 5'3" Saavedra, that's very short. Takahashi at 5'4", we've got Acosta at 5'3", Araya at 5'9", and last but not least, Madrashi at 5'5". Now, when the teams actually simulate, they're going to be picking the starting lineup, so you won't necessarily see this starting lineup, but that is the shortest 11 you can make. I think, I hope, I don't know. I might have missed someone. Someone might be shorter, I don't know. Moving on to the big gangly boys, we've got up front everyone's favorite man. In fact, I'm making him the captain right now. He has to be the captain of the team. He just has to. Peter Crouch, 31 acceleration, 32 sprint speed, 43 stamina, 6'7", 37 years of age, not quite 45, but Peter Crouch is getting on in age. Behind him, he's got Onuachu, who is another striker, 6'7". On the left-hand side, we have Kvist, who's 6'8". He's a left mid that can play left back. On the right-hand side, we have Tiggs, 6'5", That's a little bit more reasonable. Okosun, who's gone bold at 25 years of age. He can play centre mid and striker. Who is he? Tim Cahill, 6'6", 25 years of age. That guy doesn't look 25. That guy looks like 60. Next to him is Billing, 6'6". He actually looks like a decent player, defensive mid / centre mid. And then in defense, we've got Tyrone Mings, who I thought would actually be in this team. 6'5" left back, with Casey at 6'8" and Vukotic at 6'8". I'm going to switch them because he's left-footed and he's right-footed. Right back, it's actually a left back because there's no tall right backs. 6'5" Vandermeer. On the bench, we've got 6'7" Afiu. I've picked him because he plays for Melbourne Victory. Amiobi is 6'4", so he can play on that right-hand side instead of Tiggs. Ikedi is 6'6". Nzonzi actually features in this team at 6'5". Not quite as tall as Okosuna and Billing at 6'6", but he's definitely going to be getting a lot of game time. Sutar at 6'7", Bar at 6'7". Hodgich is the backup goalkeeper at 6'9". I don't know, did I even talk about Holy? Holy moly, 6'9", 225 pounds from Czech Republic. I don't know if I talked about him. He's the starting goalkeeper, and Hodgich is the backup one. And then some options in the reserves. Saar is 6'5". Lamkel Zay, which is a shocking name, 6'4". Calasso is 6'4". Pate 6'5". Eras 6'5". Gol 6'5". Kostal Pantilimon 6'8". He's actually not the tallest goalkeeper, but he will be getting a lot of the game time when this team simulates its games. And Diop 6'5". On paper, I think they're both pretty good teams, but I think the short team is better. They've got Giovinco, first of all. He's going to absolutely smash it. But overall, I think it is a better team. Also, the tall team doesn't even have a right back, really, so maybe one of the center backs will be playing there. That might affect them a little bit. I'm going to do two things, and this is going to be, again, I'm stealing from B. In fact, you know what? I'm pretty much, I'm stepping on B's turf right now. I don't really care. If he wants to fight me, he could fly all the way from California to Melbourne. I'll fight him. I don't care. We're going to do two things. We're going to simulate a season and see which of these teams get the most points. Then we're actually going to play, well, we're not going to play it. We're going to watch a game between these two teams. I'm not, by the way, I am stepping on B's turf, but I'm not going to eat dog food if I lose, if I predict it wrong. But I'm saying the short team's going to win. Okay, here we are at the end of the season. As you can see, we played as Wolves as to stay completely out of this. We don't want to be controlling either of these teams. We want them to do what they've got to do. Champions League final preview, Juventus versus Tottenham. Anyway, before we take a look at the table, we're going to be just taking a look at some player statistics and maybe getting some clues as to what has happened this season. Top goal scorer for the season was Sadio Mane, 19 goals in just 30 Premier League games. Incredible stuff. Are there any Cardiff or Huddersfield players? Yes, Giovinco in 11th place there has 12 goals in 38 games. He played all 38, which is very good. I don't see, oh, I do see Nzonzi. He played 38 games. He did play every single game. And down towards the bottom, we have the Brazilian Elton. He picked up 4 assists, and Giovinco also picked up 4 assists. So 2 Huddersfield players, 2 short team players, 1 tall team player, and then we go to the clean sheets, which is probably the most important one, the one that's going to give us the most information. We've got Perez, the 45-year-old, playing every single game. He picked up 3 clean sheets. I'm looking for Cardiff. I don't see them. I don't see Cardiff City anywhere. I don't see, and therefore I don't see a goalkeeper representing Cardiff. They didn't even get 3 clean sheets in the season. Okay, there we are in 10th, 11th. I don't see them there yet. 17th is Southampton. 18th is West Ham. So they are the bottom 2 teams here. In 19th, Cardiff City, which is the tall team, and in 20th, Huddersfield, the short team. That is unbelievable. The tall team by 5 points winning this section of the experiment. They were the lesser attacking team, but they were the better defensive team, the tall team. And they won 4 games compared to the short team's 2. Incredible stuff. I really thought the short team would have done all right. I mean, their team wasn't that great, but I thought with Giovinco, they could at least do something. But I think the tall team was more well-rounded. I don't know. They would have been better in defense, even though they did give away 72 goals. Oh my god, look at them. Oh my gosh, can you imagine when they're shaking hands? No, show them shaking hands, please. No, I want to see the difference, please. I can see him I can slightly see him in the background. The tall team is a full head taller than the short team. I can barely see it, but there is not a single person in that short team that can even reach the shoulders of one of the tall team. Alright guys, this is the plan. We'll head it to each other. There's no way they're going to be able to get it, okay? Just keep heading it to each other. These guys? Alright guys, break their knees. Break their ankles. It's 45-year-old Perez giving them the talk. You gotta break the knees, you gotta break the ankles, bring them down to our height, then we'll have a chance. Let's go. Let's break. I'm sticking with the small boys. They might have lost in the season, but I think they're going to win here in a one-off game. Look how small. Bruh, I can't believe this. This is like, this shouldn't be real. How is there a height difference that big between two footballers? Two grown men. Oh, what a leave. What a leave by Tiggs. Great pass to Peter Crouch. The captain whips it in. Great tactic from Crouch. And it's nearly paid off. Not the way you expect a corner to go for a tall team, but Onuachu nearly scored a great goal there. See, Crouch knows the tactics. That's the tactic. Whip it in and get your noggin on it. That's the tactic. Who's going to win the aerial contest? There's only one answer. Why would we even think about that? Look, Jovinko, I have a feeling Jovinko's going to do some bits here. Tiggs plays it on. Just whip it in, mate. Just whip it in. That's all you have to do. That's all the tall team has to do. If I had to put money down, I'd say that they're going to score right here. Peter Crouch is taking the corner. That should tell you everything. He's whipped it in, and there it is, the first goal. It's not off the header, but Vandermeer just coming in and bicycle kicking it, like a standing bicycle kick. It wasn't how I expected it to go, but very nearly it was. 1-0 to the tall team, and they might do a clean sweep here. They might take the season and the individual game, because they are definitely looking a hell of a lot better. Nice fake shot. Nakagawa finds Jovinko. Jovinko with a turn with a shot, and holy... makes the save. There we go. The short team is starting to grow into this now. So, I don't know what... like, obviously the AI is not thinking like this, but you would go short in this scenario because Jovinko's not going to get there, ever. Nice play here by the short team again. Keeping the pressure on. Nakagawa takes a turn. Beautiful ball into Plata, who completely messes that up. It was on a silver Plata. I know, I shouldn't have made that pun, joke, if you want to even call it that. 45-year-old man, the captain, El Capitan, he's ready. Peter Crouch, it's captain versus captain here. Peter Crouch on the corner. What's his name? Who's the 45-year-old keeper? Velasquez? He's whipped it in. Good idea. Elton wins the header. And it's Perez, sorry, not Velasquez. Perez, who gloves it away. I reckon Perez, standing up with his arm up completely straight, couldn't even take on Peter Crouch. So... he needs to make these saves when he can. This is a great opportunity to go 2-0 up. We saw what happened from the last corner. Can they do it again? No, they've gone out and just given the ball to the small team. Jovinko on the counter. What can he do? He's got some support from Nakagawa. Back to Jovinko. Back to Nakagawa. He's just completely taken on the defense. Look how slow they are. He's just running circles around and finds Plata, and this time makes a decent effort of it. And there we go. The short team again showing good little bits of movement, playing to their strengths. Nakagawa got away from the defense so easily, but Holy is making some great saves. Elton now. Elton John, what's he going to do? Look how many bodies there are. He just switches it up. He passes it to Nakagawa. Great ball. What's he going to do? He's going to go low, of course, and Jovinko forces another corner. The corner flag is actually taller than Plata, I think. I just saw there on that little cutscene. It looked like the flag was taller. That should not be allowed. That simply should not be allowed. Okay, half time. 1-0 to the tall team, but I think the small team's been playing better. I think in another 45 minutes, they could definitely bring this back. There's the stats at half time. The one shot on target has turned into a goal for the tall team. 60% possession for the short team. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong both times. I can't have the tall team with a clean sweep here. I need the short team to bring this back. Please, boys. Good run by Nakagawa. Great ball as well to Plata. What's he going to do? Fake shot. He's been doing that a lot, actually. Plays it nicely on the ground for Buonanotte. He's got a bit of room. He's going to go for it. Oh, what a finish from Buonanotte. Doesn't matter if you're 7'9". You're not reaching that if you're the goalkeeper. What a goal and a quick response. I told you guys, in another 45 minutes, they'd bring it back. They only needed 2.5 minutes. What a finish. They left him the room. And that is a great shot from Buonanotte, and he's saying goodnight to the tall team. He's leaving him in the dust. What a finish. The reach didn't matter from Holly. 1-1, game on. Let's go, small boys. I should remain neutral. Realistically speaking, I should remain neutral, but I can't help but go for these guys. They're 5'1" and 5'2", and they're professional footballers. How can you not go for them? They find Onuachu. He puts it in, and this could be very dangerous. Kvist with the header. It's straight at Perez. But you got to imagine if that was looping, there's no way Perez would have got there. Peter Crouch now. Plays it through to Onuachu. Vandermeer, back to Onuachu. I like this. Great far post that is. And Kvist doesn't do well with the header, but that realistically should have been a goal. And that should be the strategy all day long. If there's a looping header or a header that's above 5'5", Perez is going to have a tough time dealing with it. I feel bad for Perez, man. He's got like a family of 7. He's trying to provide some food for his family. He's 45. He still has to be a professional footballer at 45 because he hasn't made enough money. I feel bad for him. I want him to win this. I'm cheering for Perez more so than the rest of the short team. I'm going for Perez. Back to Elton to Jovinko. Nakagawa makes a run, and that is a huge gap. Nakagawa first time with an absolute bullet of a shot. 2-1 to the short team, and Perez is going to be bringing some food home for his family today. What a bit of play that is. Nakagawa and Jovinko, that connection all game has been lethal. And what is this gap that was left here? He was so small, they didn't even see him go through. You can't make this stuff up. I was praising Holly at halftime. That was bad. Holy moly, was that bad. Jovinko to Buonanotte. He's got Teixeira. What a run from Nakagawa once again. This man is so far the MVP for the small team. Can they get another goal? He just blasts it at Holly instead of maybe trying to go through to Jovinko, but he's that confident in himself. Elton now on the ball. Plays it through to the first goal scorer. Buonanotte. It goes again. Now that wasn't quite the same as the first shot, but good to see he's got some confidence in himself. Great little ball to Kvist. He plays it through to Crouch. What can Crouch do? He just spins around in a circle. Kvist whips it. Someone's in there. Mako wins the header. That was a genuine one-on-one aerial contest, and Mako made a defensive clearance. I wasn't even paying attention to this second effort here. It goes wide. Mako is the defensive difference. No. Did they just take Nakagawa off? Come on, short team, don't do this to me. You did not just take off your best player. They've taken Nakagawa off and they've put Morales on. I'm heartbroken. I'm shattered. They're not going to be the same team without Nakagawa. Here he is, Morales. Can he prove me wrong? Okay, that's a good start. That's a very good ball to Jovinko. He's going to whip it in, but the cross is shocking. I wonder where I mean, Kvist is a left midfielder, so I'm not sure where Nzonzi exactly is going to be playing here. Sammy Amiobi is on as well. Just noticed that. Nzonzi. So he's playing in the midfield. Sammy Amiobi to Nzonzi to Billing to Crouch to Sammy Amiobi. I do like saying that name if you haven't realized. Onuachu now. He's moved out to the left-hand side. Crouch plays it through to Sammy Amiobi. He just blasts it, and it's 2-2. Let's be honest. The keeper's reach is like 2 centimeters, so he's never going to get to any shot that's not straight at him. The difference now in the tall team is they're dominating now. I don't know what has changed, but that Nzonzi and Amiobi have been the difference, I'd say. Yeah, he's just going to dribble it down himself, whip it in as well. Crouch goes for the header, but it is straight at Perez. But the tall team get it back. It's Okasun. What was that for a shot? Sub him off right now. If I was the coach, if I was the manager, he's off. Oh my god, they're taking him off. They've actually taken him off. That is it. That's the end of regulation. 2-2. These teams cannot decide after 90 minutes who is indeed better. Okay, so we're going to go to golden goal, actually, instead of just classic. We're going to go to golden goal. Next goal wins. If they can't score a goal, then we'll go to penalties. So golden goal, let's get it. Before we do go into extra time, though, that's what the statistics look like at the moment. The game has evened up a bit. The tall team is looking much better since Nzonzi and Sammy Amiobi came on and Nakagawa went off for the short team. That's been the difference maker. I can't believe they subbed off Nakagawa. If they lose, I'm blaming it on that substitution. Can you imagine if this was real life? Like, what would the strategy be off a corner? You would just stand next to the goalkeeper, wouldn't you? And just hoof it into Peter Crouch near the goalkeeper. He's whipped it in. It's a high one. Perez gets there! He's thinking about his family. He needs this money right now. Billing goes for the shot. Perez grabs it! The reach is just enough. Perez is keeping his team in this. Let's do this, short team. Do it for Perez, please. Onuachu to Crouch. Get out of town. Marco. He's a shutdown defender, he is. Morales wins another header. Unbelievable. The heart, the passion is there for the short team, but they can't get it out of their own half. It's played through to Nzonzi, who I had a feeling was going to go for a shot, but he didn't. Vandermeer whips it in. We breathe. I'm actually like, I'm enjoying this. I'm nervous as hell as well. I don't know why. I'm not playing as either of these teams. I don't have to eat dog food or anything like that if I lose. I don't know. This is a nerve-wracking game. Golden goal is a different level. It's like, you know the game could end at any point. Crouch wins the ball back. It's Ikedi to Crouch. Great ball through to Onuachu. He just shoots, and there it is. That's game. And what did I say? They just have to shoot, not at the keeper, and they'll win. And it's Onuachu with the game-winning goal. It is golden goal, like we said before. And that is it. 3-2 to the tall team, which means they won in the season, and they've won the one-on-one game. Let's take a look at how this ended up. The small team, the short team, they couldn't get out of their own half. And it's just a long shot. It's just Perez doesn't have the reach. And I feel so bad for him. He needed the money here today. He has a family to provide for. But what's he going to do? His arms are so short. He's not going to be able to get there. Even if he was a tall keeper, that was a very good shot. Hey, you can't just stop waving your flag. That's how it ended. The tall team actually ended up with more shots. Not more shots on target, not more possession, but more shots in general. And I feel like this game started out with a tall team dominating. Then the short team had a period of absolute dominance. And then the tall team brought it back when the substitutions happened. And I am going to blame it on the Nakagawa substitution. That was the difference. When they brought off Nakagawa, they brought off the engine, the heart, the soul of the team. They took him off. For what reason, I don't know. Man of the match is Onuachu, who picked up a goal. Crouch picking up 2 assists as well. Nice little contribution. They ended up playing a 3-4-3. Very aggressive. In terms of the short team, Buonanotte I thought did play very well. Nakagawa, you can see he's on a 9 rating as he came off, and he only played about 60 minutes. He made 23 out of 24 passes, 15 out of 17 dribbles. He made 1 of 2 crosses, didn't put any tackles in, but how could you expect him to? There it is, guys. There is the question answered. Tall team versus short team. The tall team won it in the season. They won it here in a 1v1 game. I'm kind of surprised. I thought the small team, the short team would have done better. Let me know what you guys thought of the 2 teams. On paper, which one do you think should have won it? But that's it. If you have any suggestions for any versus videos or any other experiments, leave them down in the comments below. And if your idea gets picked, you will be getting a shout out at the start of the video. But that is it, guys. I'm happy to be bringing experiment videos to you guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.